Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. Super excited today. I am heading out on a big trip. So I have 2 weeks off and I am heading out west. So I got the camper loaded, I've got everything packed up. I just stopped at the gas station and the grocery store. So I'm all fuel and food loaded up and we are heading to Colorado from East Tennessee. So I'm heading out today. I'm leaving a little bit later than I was hoping. I was hoping to leave at about 8 a.m. to be on the road. And it's about 9 now. But after kind of loading, stopping at the grocery store and all that kind of stuff, took a little extra time. But that's okay. I am not rushing this trip. I want to kind of just enjoy the road trip. We'll be heading out to western Colorado to kind of see all the stuff everybody like normally sees. So I'm going to see like the Alpine Loop. We'll go to Silverton, Telluride, Ouray, see a bunch of the mountain towns, hopefully get some good camping in. The first couple days is just going to be straight driving. I want to try and get there as kind of quickly as possible. Today I'm hoping to make it to Oklahoma City, but we'll see because it's about 12 hours away from here. That's kind of the midpoint from me and Colorado, on the side of Colorado I want to be on. So we'll see how far we make it. But today and tomorrow is just primarily going to be a driving day. So we'll see where we end up. But follow along. Hopefully this trip will be super, super epic. Hoping to get some nice views and some awesome camping spots. The sunset looks crazy tonight. The sky's lighting up super nice. It's almost getting dark. Covered about probably almost 700 miles today. The sky is really kind of just lighting up for sunset right now. But if I end this part here, then I'll catch up to you in the morning. Alright guys, good morning. It's the next day. Camped out at a hotel last night. I was so tired and I didn't know the area, plus I didn't get as far as I wanted to, so just got a hotel. Slept really good, so it's gonna be good because I got another at least probably almost 9-10 hour day today, and we should be getting just to the border, or if not into Colorado, and then tomorrow I should be able to make it into Lake City, which is a couple hours of driving basically. And then we're gonna start the first pass, which I think I'm gonna do Cinnamon Pass, and that will take me, I forget, I think through like Hurricane, and then I can go down into Silverton from there. So tomorrow, depending on how long the pass takes and stuff like that, I may just camp somewhere right off the pass and then go into Silverton the next day, or go into Silverton that same day, but we'll see. So today, again, I'm not really going to try and bore you too much. It's going to be a long drive. I'm going straight through Oklahoma, so probably not going to be very scenic. So I'm just going to try and get these miles out of the way, and tomorrow, hopefully, the real adventure will begin. Driving through middle Oklahoma right now. We hit windmill country. Not sure if you can see him there or not. Definitely changed. We got lots of peaks and plateaus over here. Just driving on this flat land here, not even a plateau. I'm at almost 7,000 feet in elevation, which already is higher than a lot of places in East Tennessee, in the mountains in East Tennessee that I'm used to. But the plateaus, they just look amazing out here. This is such a cool landscape. Tomorrow we should be in Colorado. Have some even more epic views. But yeah, 17 minutes left to campground. Can't wait. Been driving all day. Got our first wildlife. Got a deer. Should be coming up to the campground soon. I am in, I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, Sugar Right State Park. But the campground is called Lake Alice Campground. I think it's the first one in this area. That's where I reserved the camp spot. Alice Campground entrance. Here we go. Let's see where we are camping here. Alright guys, we made it. I don't want to be too loud. There's some other people camping not too far away. Let me show you the actual campsite here. We got the truck back in here. Nice level campsite. Picnic table, fire ring, grill. This is a tent pad site, so technically I guess you're supposed to have a tent with you, but sleep in the camper for one night should be fine. And it does say that you are in bear country, so if you are in a tent, they give you this locker to lock up all your food, which is nice. And there's a few other campsites in this little circle here. But super nice campground. It does have a pit toilet bathroom up there, so that's kind of nice if you needed it. But yeah, there's some other tent campsites here, and then there's some other sites down there that have electric and water hookups and stuff like that. This one has electric and water, but they're actually tent camping it. It's pretty cool. But it was the very first campground right off the main road inside the park here. But nice and clean. And then we have a direct view of the sky, so no service out here, but I will set up the Starlink now so I can get some service. But it's amazing. On top of it, temperature out here, it's about 70 degrees right now, and then it's supposed to get down to the 50s, which should be perfect, so I don't think I will need either the heater or the AC tonight. When I was driving here, a lot of the way here, it was 80, 85 and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, I might have to use the actual AC tonight. But no, I think we should be good. I'm gonna get the camper kind of set up here and start opening it up, get some airflow in there, and see if there's any kind of mess or anything like that from driving. What's also nice is, since it is a little warmer here, I can turn on the AC and just use it in fan mode, and it'll kind of pull the cool air from outside and kind of blow it in here, which that'll be kind of nice. Other than that, everything looks good. This spot is super cool, and temperature is also dropping. So 64 inside the camper, 57 outside. I wanted to bring a little grill with me, but like an actual grill, but the smaller version, but just didn't have enough room with everything in the camper and bed and all that kind of stuff. So I bought one of these just flat kind of pans, and I'm hoping that it'll same type of deal. Alright, we're ready to go. First bite. Not bad. Alright. I'm gonna eat this and relax for the rest of the night. probably watch a movie. If I don't get back to you guys, I'll see you in the morning. Start the next trek. Alright, done eating. Kind of cleaned up a little bit around here. I can kind of show you around the camper. So up here, obviously we have the bed. I got some lights, battery powered, going all the way around. Sets the mood on top of these lights. And then I have these other lights charging these down here. These are the ones that kind of stick up here in the battery. I do wish I had like a 12 volt light system hooked up to my battery so I wouldn't have to worry about recharging, but that's okay. Under the bed, I'll take my laptop down here just in case so it doesn't fall. I actually got a piece of wood here, and I'll kind of maybe show you later, but basically I have it where it sticks out from underneath the bed and mattress holds it down, and then it makes like a little nightstand right here, so I can put the laptop on here, I can put my phone, bottle of water, something like that at night. Around the camper, I did bring a sleeping bag just in case it gets cold and my diesel heater maybe fails, but I did currently turn the diesel heater on, get it connected to the camper just in case, and it is a Bluetooth one, so it does show it's connected, so I could just start it from in here if it gets too cold tonight. If not, I'll just put it away in the morning, not a big deal. On this side, I do have the swiveling table so that you can kind of pull around all the way and move it out here if you want to. I got a pillow for the couch area here just to sit. Most of this stuff's all kind of filled up right now. My carry bag that I kind of keep my normal daily stuff in. I got my clothes bag and then a bunch of other clothes bags stacked up here. If these are not here, if they're on the floor, this makes one long couch. I do have the fridge back here. And got some of these jackets hanging up. Kind of make it clear space, but back here, again, another battery powered light, but works pretty good. This is mostly just storage, so I keep food back here. The green gas cans, extra cutting board, a mirror, again, more food hanging up. I got my hat. I keep a little plastic bag for garbage basically, and then I have a hamper for this trip. Normally I won't have a hamper, but I'll have a hamper because I'm going to be gone for at least a week. And coming around to the kitchen area, I got this pad here. It's like a drying pad, but underneath you do have the countertop, sink, nice deep sink, battery powered faucet, and that runs into also another battery powered light in here. I got the Dometic jug in here, so that's 3 gallons. I may put a second one here since it's like a quick disconnect, and then I can like basically switch it and hook it up to the second one if I wanted to. And then this is mostly all just the cooking stuff, so pots, pans, and a bunch of plastic forks, knives, paper towels, all the usual baggies, all that kind of stuff. But it does go back in here pretty far, so I do have my 2-burner cooker in there, fits in here. In the back I got some freeze dried meals, some Mountain House meals, and then some garbage bags I think all the way in the back there. So quite a bit of space in here. I did have this little kind of curtain thing here. It was here originally, but I kept like knocking it down, and so I kind of just took it off. And down underneath here I have all my batteries and stuff like that. So down under here I have all my batteries and everything like that, plus the bucket for the bathroom if I need it. But there's like little lights in here for the chargers and stuff like that, and you can kind of see them reflecting out, so I kind of just put this cover there, and so when this is turned off you cannot see anything in there. But yeah, these new string lights, they set the mood in here pretty good. So I'm going to kind of just lay down and hang out the rest of the night. I am exhausted from driving. tomorrow we have another 3 to 4 hour drive before we hit Lake City, Colorado, where hopefully we will be jumping on to Cinnamon Pass. That'll be the first trail I do. And I think I'll probably try and camp on that trail, not finish it all in one day. And then the next day we'll kind of try to move down into Silverton. So yeah, stick around. The journey's gonna keep going. All right, good morning, y'all. Slept pretty good. Went to bed pretty early last night. I was tired from all the driving. I set the diesel heater up. I didn't use it, but it got to the point where I probably could have turned it on and I would have been a little bit more comfortable. Currently, right now, it is 53 outside and 53 inside. It got down to about 49 inside, but it was about 40 degrees outside. So I probably should have kicked the diesel heater on like at least once, and it would have warmed it up nice. But anyway, I didn't. I was pretty warm in my sheet and blanket that I got here, so that was okay. I'm just getting stuff cleaned up now. Not really gonna make any breakfast. Usually not hungry first thing in the morning, so usually I kind of just eat like a little kind of protein bar type thing and a Monster, of course. Always gotta have the Monster. But I'm just gonna get stuff cleaned up here, and then we're gonna hit the road and head to Lake City today, and we'll see. I'm gonna try and start Cinnamon Pass today. We'll see how long it takes me to get there and stuff like that. I was really thinking, I really need to be on there Monday, and I need to get it be on the trail Monday and all that kind of stuff. But after looking at my calendar, since I have 2 weeks and stuff like that, even if I drive to Lake City today, and if I didn't start Cinnamon Pass till even tomorrow or something like that, that would still be okay. But otherwise, yeah, nice night in the camper. Got one other van lifer here. Beautiful morning. All right, guys, so we're back on the road now. I'm heading towards Lake City, Colorado. That's where I should be able to pick up Cinnamon Pass. So the first trail, I did get a late start this morning. So it says I won't be there in that area until maybe around 3, and that's if I don't stop. So I'm thinking I wanted to be on the trail today, but I'm thinking I may just take my time driving there today, and then just hit the trail first thing in the morning, maybe try and find a place to camp over there in Lake City, around that area, maybe around the trail or something like that, and then pick it up maybe in the morning. But we'll see what time I get there and how I'm feeling. I don't really, I probably want to camp on Cinnamon Pass, but I also don't want to be driving the pass at night either. So trying to look for a camp spot or something like that. So, but definitely scenery has changed. Let me kind of show you here. So we're definitely more into mountains. There's a lot of tall, flat, plateaued style mountains, but no more flat ground, it don't seem like, and we'll probably just continue getting into more mountainous terrain here as we're heading into Colorado. Alright guys, just kind of stopped at this little pull off here. Just take a break. I'm gonna eat some lunch, make a sandwich real quick. I'm not sure if you can see behind me, but some crazy mountains already. All across the way here too. Colorado is freaking epic, man. It definitely puts another perspective compared to just watching videos and stuff like that. These mountains are freaking giant. Coming from East Tennessee, the mountains there, yeah, they're pretty big and stuff like that. But man, out here it's just very vast. So you got a lot of open space and these giant mountains, and the landscape just looks crazy. But truck has been doing good so far. Going up a couple passes here. Handling it just fine. But I'm gonna jump in the camper, make some lunch real quick, and then we'll keep on heading out. cobblestone here. Alright guys, so I made it to my second camp spot for the week so far. I don't want to go outside and talk too loud because I'm at a campground and there's some other campers like around pretty close. You can probably see right out the window here. There's a truck right there. And out here, there's another truck right there. But I am camping on a lake, and I'm actually on Cinnamon Pass already. So in like the very beginning part of Cinnamon Pass, there's some campgrounds down the road that you can stay at. Fee campgrounds, so you pay obviously. But it's nice to be able to find somewhere. So now I'm on the actual trail. So now tomorrow, as soon as I get up, we can take off and we're on Cinnamon Pass already. So that makes it a lot easier. That's what I was trying to do today. It's about 5:30 now, so I got to this camp just in time. So now I can actually sit back and relax and stuff like that. But let me see if I can show you what the lake looks like out here. And check out this lake. Check out this lake, y'all. Sounds like there's a waterfall right here. Can't see it, but yeah, there's a waterfall right here. The water's running, I guess, down this ledge here. There's some clouds rolling in. Dang, y'all, this is awesome though. Tomorrow we'll be hitting Cinnamon Pass. There's mountains behind me. So far, Colorado has been super awesome. Obviously, the views are amazing. Camping everywhere. So I just happened to stop on this one, but there's literally camping everywhere out here. So another camper up there. I'm not sure if you see him, but there's another camp spot right there. He's overlooking the water pretty good over there. Alright guys, first bite. Good. Alright guys, good morning. So day 3 of the road trip, I finally made it to Cinnamon Pass. I camped last night on like the very beginning of the pass. I recorded a little bit there, but the campground that's there, the campsites were kind of a little bit close together, so I didn't want to disturb anybody by filming or anything like that. But I just now started on the trail. Cinnamon Pass continues on this way, so we're gonna go ahead and take it. We're gonna take it up, and then when we get closer to the end, I'll decide whether I'm gonna do I forget if it's either Hurricane to take you down into Silverton, I forget the name of the trail. I think it's Hurricane, and it's got like another name too. And then, or like County Road, I think 10 also takes you down into Silverton. That's the way I'm going to head. They are all three of these are going to be like level 3 trails on Onyx, so I don't think they'll be too difficult. They should be okay with the camper and stuff like that. So, but just hoping to get some good views. The skies look pretty good, but there are a couple clouds rolling in. It was very clear yesterday, but we got some clouds rolling in this morning. See that? But we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to get on the trail. Got a little overlook here, Sherman Townsite overlook. Dang, looks pretty crazy, y'all. Looks nuts. You can hear the river down here. I'm not walking too close to the edge though. But it looks nuts out here, guys. Views and views for days. The truck running here. Truck's doing good so far. Trail's getting a little bit rougher. You can kind of see in the ground here. That's what the trail's looking like now. So it's getting a little bit narrower, a little bit more steeper. And we head on up that way. And there is a sign saying road work, so it's freaking crazy. They got dozers up here doing some kind of road work. So we'll see how we can get past them. So wild that you get to drive these kind of passes and trails. It's so cool. Right on the edge, literally.
Time stops when you cry. I look up only to be able to breathe. We found ourselves at the end. I still don't know if it's right to say goodbye. I mean, I don't think I can turn around to walk away today. And don't know if I even may. 'Cause I need you more than I've admitted to. Oh, I need said that. Wish I was as strong as I claim, but I don't even know how to say bye. I mean, I don't think I can turn around to walk away today. And don't know if I even may, 'cause I need you more than I've admitted to. Oh, I need you more than I knew.
Just pulled over, just take a little break, check everything on the camper and everything. Everything looks good. Right here to this little lake, super clear. Definitely a cool shade of blue. Definitely a lot of side by side and dirt bike running up and down the trail, which is pretty cool. So dirt bike, to do a dirt bike on this trail, I think would be pretty awesome actually. But everybody's been really nice and courteous and letting me go by with the camper and all that kind of stuff. And traffic hasn't been too bad, so I'm gonna carry on now.
Time stops when you cry. I look up only to be able to breathe. We found ourselves at the end. I still don't know if it's right to say goodbye. I mean, I don't think I can turn around to walk away today. And don't know it's right to saying goodbye. I mean, I don't think I can turn around to walk away today. And don't know if I even may, 'cause I need you more than I've made it to. Oh, I need you more than let me loose, I'll come back. I know a wise man who said that. Wish I was as strong as I claim, but I don't even know how to say bye. I mean, I don't think I can turn around to walk away today. And don't know if I even may, 'cause I need you more than I've made it to. Oh, I need you more than
All right, guys, we made it to the top of Cinnamon Pass, elevation 12,640 feet. Has been very interesting. So the road has gotten much more gnarly. There were some crazy switchbacks. Everybody told me, oh, be careful, you may not be able to make it up there. Truck made it fine, but I was kind of nervous. But oh my gosh, the view is crazy. Snow on top of the mountains here. And they have the little sign for all the stickers. You put all the stickers up here. But this is crazy. I know people are looking at me crazy coming down this trail, this thing with a camper on it. Next side, it's a lot shorter, so I think they just told me, I think it was 24 miles up to this point, and then it's like 8 or 9 down. So definitely gonna be steeper, but quicker on the way down. Look at these views. Oh my gosh. This looks crazy. All right, so we're gonna head down and try to get into Silverton today here. We got some snow or sleet or something coming down, a little hail maybe, I don't know. There's a storm on the other side of that mountain though. Well, that's okay, I'm almost done with the trail. It has definitely been interesting in this thing. Alright guys, so I'm off the trail. I made it into Silverton. It's a little town. It took me 6 hours to get from Lake City through Cinnamon Pass and then County Road 2 to make it into Silverton. Amazing trail. Not crazy hard, but there are some crazy switchback parts. Do I recommend? Yes, definitely. Do I recommend with a camper like this? Like, would I do it again with this camper on here? Probably not. And Cinnamon is probably supposed to be the easier passes of the area. So honestly, I'm not even sure if I'm going to attempt any other kind of like passes in the area, just because it took a toll on the camper, man. Like every time I get out, check the straps and everything like that, they'd be kind of loose because they get stretched. It was moving around a lot. I checked inside one time, and like everything, bedding, all this stuff was just everywhere. It came out and landed on the floor and all that kind of stuff, you know. So is this the setup for these kind of trails? No. Is it comfortable for camping once you actually get off the trails? Yes, but I don't know, it's definitely a give and take. So if you had something like what I had before, like the Topo Topper or something like that, you could run the trail pretty easily and you know, be done within in a couple hours and not that big of a deal. Something this big, and a lot of the locals too, there's a lot of like locals that are running the trails, and they got side by side and all that kind of stuff, and then they would see me on the trail and they would tell me, oh, you got balls running this trail. I said Onyx and everything else said this is like the easiest of the passes, and they said that's true, but it's still pretty crazy for that truck and camper to be on here. So I'm actually excited that I actually finished it in the rig, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, would I do it again with this camper on the back? Probably not. So I'm gonna check out Silverton. It's about 4 o'clock now. Probably get something to eat. I really haven't eaten nothing all day. Get something to eat and then try and find camp around the area. Hopefully I can find camp. So we'll see where we get to camp tonight. All right, everyone, good morning. It is day 5, I think. Day 5 since I've actually left. But I finished the trail yesterday. I did Cinnamon Pass. It took me forever, so it took me about like 6 hours. It did have a Jeep go off the side of the trail there. That kind of delayed me a little bit longer too. But the people were okay. So today I was thinking about doing Ophir Pass over into Telluride, but honestly, just with the camper on there, it's just probably too much for these things. Yeah, I can do like basic fire roads and, you know, gravel roads and stuff like that. But then once stuff starts really getting really bouncy and stuff like that, I've just noticed the camper is just not, you know, ideal for that situation. So I kept checking on the straps yesterday, and the straps would keep stretching. So I kept having to tighten them down just because there's so much rocking, like back and forth like that. There's so much weight moving. So I think I'm just going to take a $1 Million Highway. Should have still awesome views. We're going to take that into Ouray. And then from Ouray, we'll get into Telluride. And then I think I'm going to camp somewhere tonight in Telluride. So we'll just try to find camping, again, off of a normal trail or fire road that they have in the area. So we'll find some camping. And then tomorrow, I'm not really sure what the plan will be tomorrow. But today it should be a scenic drive through like the $1 Million Highway and stuff like that. So, and we'll check out the little towns of Ouray and Telluride. This is definitely a busier town for sure. And a bigger town. Like out of the three, Silverton is smallest. And then you have Uri, and then Telluride looks like it's the biggest. The shop just called Overland. Alright guys, so just drove through like Main Street of Telluride. Just a little town, which is pretty cool looking. It's in the middle of the mountains, obviously, and probably the largest of the three around the area. So if you need something or you want to do something, I'm sure this area has a lot to do compared to others. But now we're gonna go and head and try and look for a camp. It's almost 1 o'clock. I want to kind of just chill and relax today, and hopefully a nice campground. So we'll see. We're gonna drive back through Telluride to the main street and then off the main highway. See if we can pick up. There's an earth room over there. Seen all kinds of big rigs out here. So seen earth roamers, seen Ross monsters, every kind of camper setup. If you know anything about any kind of overlanding setups, I've seen every single type out here in Colorado. But it's all cool to see in person, so I love looking at all the different rigs pass by and stuff like that. I just saw a Hilux down here. It had a crazy looking camper on it. Not sure if we'll see him again, but like here in the middle, you got a Bronco Raptor. You got a rooftop tent on it. Kind of crazy stuff. Got another Tundra here. This thing's got a Lone Peak. Yeah, Lone Peak camper. So any type of camper you want to see, GFC, Lone Peak, Topo, I've seen them all out here. Alright guys, I've been driving around for a little while trying to find camp. Actually kind of hard to find camp around Telluride actually. There was one little campground close by that I had to stay at, but you had to pay for it, and there wasn't any kind of good views or nothing like that, so it would have been like a last resort. So now I am parked here, free campsite. We got a fire ring. We are on the Last Dollar Road, and it is a freaking epic view up here. It's a crazy drive. You're just driving all the way up the mountain, like just, and then randomly, boom, this big pull-out area. Let me kind of show you. Look at the views out here. You got one other camper here, and then I kind of drove up that road because it says there's more on iOverland, so there's more campsites up this road, but got pretty kind of narrow pretty quickly, so I was like, no, let me just go ahead and turn around, and I'll just take this spot here. But there was a few campers in there too. But you can camp all the way out here on the edge, and not real level, but there are a bunch of fire rings. But look at the view, guys. It is crazy. It's super windy, so I hope you guys can hear me, but it's nuts. We're at about 10,000 feet of elevation. And crazy, crazy views. And then the Last Dollar Highway or road is kind of like a little scenic road. I read the sign up there. It says it's about 18 miles. It is kind of like off-roadish. Not really sure where it takes you to, but there's another campsite over there. But we are kind of tucked away in the trees over here, which is nice, and it's level. So this is where we're gonna camp for tonight. Epic. So the views out here definitely don't disappoint. Colorado has been amazing. These views, you definitely need to come see them for yourself, because even in the videos and stuff like that, they still do look epic, but it's not as grand as seeing it in person. So if you can make it out this way, it's a pretty cool area. I like the setup that I have for doing these type of little trails here. Sediment Pass was a bit much for the camper, but we did it, and it's capable of doing it. But you know, I probably wouldn't try anything that difficult again, even though that one's not even that difficult. But we got the camp set up here, and it's warm outside, but it says it's 70 degrees, but it feels warm. I guess we're just closer to the sun. So but the night's supposed to cool down. I'm not sure if I'll need a diesel heater or not. Just gonna hang out now tonight. All right, guys, so morning, day 5. Just getting ready to head out now. Start probably making my way back east today. I'm gonna probably try and stop in either Gunnison or Crested Butte tonight, maybe just to camp one more night, and then start doing the long drives the next day. But camp here was amazing. I met 2 cool guys yesterday, Colby and another Scott. Colby actually lives up here, and so he kind of like part-times. He's got a camper actually right over here, and so he stays up here, and his view is nuts. So last night we had a crazy view of the Milky Way and everything. The sky was so clear, and you can see Mount Wilson here in the background. So kind of flip you around here. So it's kind of being covered by the tree right here, but basically kind of see, let me see. But basically the peak right there is Mount Wilson, which is super cool. But the whole view of this whole valley with all the mountains and everything around here was nuts last night. So definitely having a good time. We're just outside of Telluride. I drove through the town yesterday. Cool little town, little things in there. If you're staying, I guess you can do. They have little bars, and you can go ride the gondola and things like that. So, but anyway, I'm just out really just exploring is what I'm doing. So I'm not really, you know, I knew I wanted to hit Silverton, Ouray, and Telluride just to kind of experience and view it and see what the little mountain towns look like and all that kind of stuff. And then otherwise, I'm just out just kind of exploring. I don't really have a plan. So anyway, today, again, I'm going to probably head out to Gunnison, which is like kind of like in between spot of where I'm at and Colorado Springs, basically. And then if I stay in Gunnison, then I'll camp somewhere probably in Gunnison. And then if not, I may make it all the way to Colorado Springs tonight, and then camp out or grab a hotel there maybe or something like that, and then get ready to go on the next day for a long drive home. All right, but stick around. We'll see if we camp again one more night here out in Colorado, but we don't know yet. So I made it to camp for today. I'm in Gunnison, Colorado area. I was gonna maybe go up to Crested Butte, but it kind of puts me out of the way of heading back east tomorrow. So this kind of keeps me right on the route. And I'm in the Hartman Rocks area out here. And there's some BLM land, there's some camping. It's a pretty cool area. So kind of like desert-ish looking. But Sun is out, feels warm, but it's only 70 degrees. Inside the camper, it feels nice and cool with the shade and the breeze kind of running through it. But this area, we kind of have like a little staging area right here. So they do a lot of like dirt bikes and mountain biking through here. So that would definitely be cool to carry with me, because it's like only like, it's about 3 o'clock now, but if I had a mountain bike or something like that with me, I could basically take off and ride for a little while, go kind of explore some areas and check different stuff out. But like you can see over there, I don't know if you can see it or not, but they're loading up their stuff. And there's even like a dirt bike track over there as I was coming in, which is pretty cool. So dirt bike or mountain bike carrying with me, that'd be pretty cool. Let you kind of explore more areas once you set up your camp. But this area, I didn't really explore a lot of it. I kind of just pulled in. I'm just gonna kind of hang out, rest up, and then tomorrow we're gonna start a long drive east back home. But this road kind of goes a long way, and it's like a big loop, and there's a bunch of camping areas and stuff like that. So this is kind of like the first, one of the few first spots that were here. So I just kind of grabbed it real quick and just gonna relax and hang out for a bit. All right, good morning, guys. So I just left Gunnison, Colorado. I just left the campsite. I kind of got out of there pretty early. Making my way back home now, east. I'll probably end the videos here. I'm not sure if there'll be multiple or just one video, but we'll see. I filmed a bunch, but I also didn't film as much because I also wanted to enjoy, you know, being in Colorado and stuff like that, and not try to film like everything. But Colorado's been amazing. The views, again, are crazy out here. You definitely need to come and see them for yourself. The videos do a good representation, but they don't, like, in person, it's just much more grand. It's crazy. The towns out here, the little mountain towns, super awesome, very outdoor oriented, into everything. So mountain biking right now and stuff. I wish I had like a mountain bike with me, because that would have been a bunch of cool stuff to be able to, cool trails that I could have been able to do out here, especially around this time. The weather seems to be perfect right now, late September. But hiking, obviously there's a million hiking trails, and then wintertime they have all the skiing and all that kind of stuff. But even shooting, so the campground I was staying at last night, they even had a little section where it's like an outdoor range, which is awesome. That's pretty cool. So Colorado is very, very cool. Definitely want to come back. I will have to get a mountain bike or dirt bike to bring with me, because a lot of these trails is pretty cool. So if I had the camper, then I wouldn't have to worry about taking the camper through like all the passes and stuff like that, or try to go through all the trails. If I had like a dirt bike or something like that with me, I can literally post up the camper somewhere and then just take off on the dirt bike and then come back and then, you know, load up the dirt bike and take on to the next spot, you know, which would be pretty cool. So that I think would be really, really fun to have out here. But great experience. Everybody I met out here was super nice. Yeah, I want to come back, and then I'd also like to be able to go further west on the next trip and go out to like Moab, Utah, and stuff like that, and see all that kind of area. Honestly, it's not too far from where you are here at Colorado. So like where I was in Telluride, I think it was like 3 hours to get to Moab or something like that. So you're actually in the vicinity and very close by, which is pretty cool. So definitely, if you're in this area, it's pretty central to a lot of stuff, a lot of outdoor, off-road stuff. So Colorado's definitely been awesome. Really enjoyed it. Follow along. Of course, we're gonna have more adventures. We're gonna do some more cold weather camping in Tennessee now, since it's gonna start getting cold here soon. So camper did great. I did run the diesel heater almost every night that I was out here, because at night it got down into like the 30s. Kept the camper in the 60s, which is not the lowest setting with the diesel heater. So definitely overperforms for the little camper. So really happy about that. Batteries did awesome. Again, I have a massive battery bank. Still got to look into my DC to DC charger. Solar was able to keep up out here because I wasn't really pulling any big loads off the batteries. So I was just basically running Starlink, the diesel heater, my fridge, that kind of stuff. So batteries never fell below 90%. And out here, the whole time I was out here, we had pretty much clear blue sky, so my 200 watt solar panel was able to kind of keep up with the batteries and charge them back to 100 every day. But for some reason, the DC to DC charge is actually working right now. I checked it right now, and it's actually pumping in 50 amps through the alternator. But for some reason, when I started on this trip, and every day, as soon as I would crank the truck, it would start pumping in however many amps it would pump from the alternator, and then as soon as I revved the motor on the truck, it would just kind of kill it. So something with voltage. I already reached out to Renogy. I'm just waiting to hear back to see if there's a way like I can like adjust voltage or see what the voltage settings are supposed to be or something like that. 'Cause I think maybe it's just hitting like an over voltage or something like that when the truck revs up. But right now it's actually working, so who knows? So we'll see what they have to say. But yeah, other than that, super happy with the camper, super happy with the truck. It handled it great. I was able to do cinnamon pass, which was crazy, with the camper on the back. So the suspension held up good. The whole truck with the V8 did amazing out here. So if you like the videos, like and subscribe. It kind of helps me out a little bit. I really appreciate it, and stick around for the next one.